If you're thinking about buying your first investment property, or maybe your next investment property, you want to stop for a second right now because there are 5 massive red flags that could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm going to show you how to avoid making the same huge mistakes that can cost you not just time but also cost you money. See, I've seen smart investors basically lose everything over these 5 massive red flags. I'm going to show you not only how to spot them but how to avoid them completely using a simple tool called InvestFusion that filters out all the bad deals out there before you spend your time and your money, because you don't want to waste 2 factors that are very important: your time and your money. Now, let me tell you a story quickly. You see, a few years ago, one of my buddies, for the sake of this conversation, let's call him Mike. Mike called me up and said, Jeff, listen, I just closed out on a 12-unit apartment building. The numbers look good. The seller seemed, honest to his own limited knowledge. And he said he got a discount. Well, fast forward 4 months down the line, and then Mike was already bleeding cash. In reality, it turns out that this great deal he thought he has founded had foundation issues, zoning violations, and 3 of the units in that 12-unit apartment building, guess what? They were not legally permitted. So I asked him, I said, did you check the permit history? Did you check for any zoning violation? Did you actually look at the zoning codes? What did you do basically? And he said, no, man, I just trusted what the seller told me. I just trusted the numbers that he gave to me. I just went in hook, line, and sinker. See, and that's the painful lesson here. Multifamily investing can make you rich or can make you lose all your hard-earned cash. Technically speaking, it can wreck you. That's why you need to know what you're doing. And that's why with the right tool, you want to scan out all of these red flags right from the onset. Before you spend a dime, before you waste your time, you want to identify all these red flags. I'll get to that in a minute. But first, let me give you the 5 red flags you must avoid. Red flag number 1 is hidden zoning violations. Listen, a lot of multifamily properties, especially older ones, are usually technically non-conforming or illegally expanded. So that means that what looks like a duplex is actually zoned as a single family unit. So why does this matter? Well, in reality, you can't raise rents. That's as simple as it gets. You don't even get proper insurance or refinance. And major cities are cracking down on these zoning violations. Now, with tools like InvestFusion, every property is scanned for zoning mismatches and flagged immediately before you even pick up the phone and call your agent, saving you time, saving you money, saving you heartache, and saving you headache. Red flag number 2 is fake market rent in the listings. Just because the listing says rent potential is $1,800, but meanwhile, the tenant is actually paying $1,050 per month for their rent, and they're not ready to move. So that rent bump is just fictional. So why does this matter? Well, you see, if you plug those numbers that they give to you into your pro forma deal itself, the deal might look amazing, but in reality, it will never cash flow for you. And that's why tools like InvestFusion auto scans rent rolls, area comps, and lease history. Why? So you can compare the actual rent against the market rent and avoid being misled by all these falsified listings and lies from the listing agents. Secret number 3 is deferred maintenance marks by lipsticks. Guys, you walk into a property. A lot of us see this all the time. You walk into this good looking property and wow, it looks nice. Okay? But in reality, it has new paint, new fixtures, but underneath all of those appealing things you just see, it's leaky roof, the HVAC is faulty, and it has issues with the foundation and structural damage. Plus, there are foggy window issues. Now, that's why InvestFusion steps into play. With InvestFusion, it scans the previous inspector reports, permit histories, and past MLS listings to uncover any hidden issues. So you don't get yourself locked into a deal that is a nightmare or buy yourself a landmine, spending thousands of dollars upfront on your due diligence fee, your EMD, your inspection fee, and your appraisal fee. Just the same way our dear friend James did and lost over $11,000 in a deal that was worthless. Red flag number 4 is unrealistic cap rate calculations. You see, a lot of listings out there quote cap rates based on projected rents, estimated expenses, and zero vacancy. Why does this matter basically? You see, cap rates should be based on the real net operating income, not some fantasy numbers. And that's why with InvestFusion, it analyzes historical operating data and normalizes cap rates based on realistic projections and area averages. So no more relying on inflated seller maths that they tell you and assuming that's as the truth itself. Red flag number 5, it's the too good to be true location. You see a property and that looks way cheaper than everything else out there. You think you found yourself good, but it's in a war zone or it's in a flood zone or surrounded by code violations and non-paying tenants. Why does this matter to you as an investor? You see, location is everything in multifamily units. But if it's hard for you to rent, then you are just bleeding cash every month. See, InvestFusion pulls out neighborhood data like crime, vacancy trends, and city code enforcement reports to let you identify what you're walking into. If you're walking into a trap, a landmine right from the onset. So let me guess, you may be wondering, how am I going to remember all of this whenever I want to pull the trigger and buy a property? Yes, I used to feel like that. But the reality is you don't have to remember any of this. InvestFusion does the heavy lifting for you and does the work. We built a platform that scans every property for red flags like this. It helps you identify all these major red flags beyond the 5 red flags I've identified right now. So before you even schedule a showing or even call your agent, you identify all these red flags. It's like having your own full due diligence team on autopilot. I call it your forensic team. So it literally finds you properties with built-in equity and zero risk, properties that are cash flowing. It's built for beginners and even pros. So those ones who are brand new, if you're brand new watching this right now and you're wondering, how am I going to do this? What am I going to find? How do I find gold mines? How do I find gems? InvestFusion helps you identify all of these gems in the market. So yeah, what you have to do right now, this is what I want you to do right now. Go to investfusion.co right now and try this software for free, guys. This platform is robust. It's your own unfair advantage. It gives you the edge in multifamily investment itself. So you have it in your fingertips. Do not waste your hard-earned cash spending thousands of dollars buying a landmine thinking you found yourself a red gem. Stop buying emotionally. Stop buying pictures on regular listings. All the listings out there will not give you the real raw data. Only InvestFusion will let you uncover the real truth. Why? Because it's your hard-earned cash. You deserve to buy a true rare gem. You deserve to buy a gold mine. You deserve to be financially free. You deserve the truth. With InvestFusion, it's your own tool by your side, working for you to help you identify these gems in the market. Until next time, I will see you on the inside. Don't forget to subscribe to this video, like this video, and of course share it with others so they can understand the truth about InvestFusion and how it helps identify gems in the market. Bye for now, guys.